So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again with the first of two videos today. So keep your eyes peeled for that. No show with rants today, unfortunately. We were both tied up, not literally, but we were both busy today. So that couldn't go ahead. But we will be back again on here on Monday as normal. The podcast with the lads is going to be tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock UK time. So make sure you come and check that out as well. And we're going to talk about Dusan Vlahovic. Yay! Let's talk about him again. This is the story that's going to drive everyone nuts and probably never happen, because this is what happens in the media. Let's drive traffic towards this player. Let's get the fan base buzzed up towards this player. We've seen it time and time and time again at Arsenal. Not just Arsenal, actually. This happens at all clubs, by the way. But obviously we're more invested because it's our football club. And we've seen it with Houssem Aouar 2 summers ago. Oh, it's happening. Houssem Aouar, Houssem Aouar. Then we see it all summer with Emi Buendia. Yes, Buendia. Yes. Oh, he's world class. Oh, he's amazing, said all the top gooners and super fans out there. And we spent all summer, or the last 2 summers, talking about players that we ain't signed. And then we ended up signing Martin Odegaard instead. This is going to be the same, I think, with this Dusan Vlahovic. David Ornstein says that we are in pole position to sign the player if we get him in, if we can do it in January, which basically tells me that the geezer's holding out until the summer to get the club he actually wants. But again, this is just typical of what happens in the footballing world. You know, players will have options, especially when they're scoring the amount of goals this geezer's scoring. And like I've said before in previous videos, I don't watch that league, so I can't tell you how great or not this guy is. You guys that leave comments in the comments section tell me that he's fantastic, he'd fit him well, he's very powerful, he's very strong, he's good with his feet, he's good in the air, and it absolutely bossed the Premier League. So I can only go off of what you guys say. You guys watch him, I don't. So again, like I said, it's going to be it's going to go on and on and on all January, and we'll probably end up giving Eddie Nketiah a new contract, because that's how we roll at this football club. And listen, it's a lot of money as well. Let's not forget that it is a lot of money. We've got Aubameyang. We don't know what's going on there, whether he's coming or going. We've got Eddie Nketiah again. We don't know whether he's coming or going. And then we've got Lacazette out of contract in the summer as well. Again, we don't know whether he's staying or not. At the moment, he's not. And then we've got Lucas Torreira at Fiorentina, the club that Dusan Vlahovic is at. So there's so many factors to link into this. And like I said, it is a lot of money. We're talking like 60-odd million quid here. That's a lot of money for a 22-year-old that's had a couple of good seasons in Italy, you know, or a season and a half in Italy. That's been pretty decent so far. It's a big step up to come into the Premier League and then try and kick on and try and live up to that 60 million price tag. We've seen other players along the way over the years that have flopped under a big price tag, you know, and we're talking some experienced players, not players that are in the beginning of their footballing career. So it's always a risk. And listen, David Ornstein, I don't particularly listen to anything that guy says really, but you know, people think he's the oracle on Arsenal football news. He ain't. He just gets told what the club want him to put out there, and he puts it out there. So the club are obviously saying, yes, he's the #1 target, so he's putting it out there. The fact is, most of these journalists, including him as well, don't get hardly anything correct. Like he'll be able to tweet it out about 10 minutes or 5 minutes before Arsenal do. Whoopee. Yeah, the fact is, I've seen him say that Arsenal were buying no one else, and then Danny Welbeck rocked up. Nuri Sahin, do you remember that guy? Apparently he was coming on loan. Never happened. I've seen him do it with other players as well that we've been linked to. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pin my hopes on David Ornstein being right about a transfer story. I'm just not going to do it. And the fact is, I ain't going to get my hopes up on signing anyone. If we sign anybody, great. If we don't, great. Whatever. It is what it is. Because gone are the days of actually sitting there going, oh, let's get super excited about a player we've never watched. Why do people do that? I don't understand why people get so excited when we sign a player, but they've never watched the player. So I'm not going to sit and get all gassed up about Dusan Vlahovic. I'll make my opinion on him based on what he's doing for Arsenal, not based on what he's doing for Fiorentina. Listen, he's obviously doing all right out there, and good luck to him. Me personally, I don't think he's coming to us. I don't think that he'll come to the Premier League. I think he's holding out for Juventus by all accounts, which is why Arsenal are trying to push so hard to get him now, And players do like that as well. Like, players love to be loved. They like to have interest in them. Like, they love all the media spec. Oh, look, this club's in for me. That they obviously know what clubs are in for them. Their agents talk to them on a daily basis during the transfer window. But if Arsenal do front the money, then maybe, just maybe, he will come to Arsenal in this January window. I can't see us doing it in this window, which is why I don't think he'll come to us. We're also linked to Alexander Isak as well. Another one, very young. Again, I don't watch La Liga anymore. I can't be asked watching that league. So yeah, it's two players that are banging in goals in their leagues that they're in now that are going to go for quite big money. And it's whether they can kick on and do it in the Premier League or wherever else they go. Again, personally, I'm not too convinced on either of them because I haven't seen them play. So I'm leaving it up to you guys. And I see it with Isak as well. Some of the Swedes that watch this channel were saying that he's not all that. Others were saying he's the best talent since Zlatan. So kind of 50-50 balance in the chat the other day. But listen, like I said, we have to see and, you know, give an opinion on a player based on what they do at the football club that we support. Not just on 2 games or 1 game. Like, oh, he's amazing because he scored in his debut. No. Willian was amazing on his debut. Mkhitaryan was amazing on his debut. It's just like, do it over a bigger sample size rather than just getting a player and he has 3 good games and apparently he's the second coming of Messi or something. Like, we just need to rein it in a little bit. Listen, if we go and sign some players, fantastic. I just don't see us buying anyone for 60 million quid in this January window. I really, really don't. Listen, I've been wrong on a lot of things over the years, but January windows don't tend to be big business being done. And the reason for that is because teams want to kick on towards the end of the season. I'm not quite sure where is Serie A table. Let me have a look. I'm not quite sure where Fiorentina sit in the table. They are currently 6th and they're 6 points off 4th. So are they really going to want to sell their best player in this window? I'm not so sure, if I'm honest. That will really hinder their top 4 chances, that's for sure. And the teams they're fighting with are Atalanta, Juve. Yeah, Atalanta and Juve and Roma. Roma are they're about same points. Lazio as well. So yeah, they're all in a top 4 battle as well. So are they going to want to give up their top striker, one of the top strikers, if not the top striker in Italy in the last 2 seasons? Are they going to want to do that? I'm not convinced, if I'm honest. A lot of speculation, nothing solid or concrete so far. So, you know, it's all well and good listening to all of these journalists and other fans getting hyped and gassed up over this player. 95% of them ain't even watched the geezer play. But that's what happens in football, football YouTube and football Twitter and football social media now. You just have to jump on the hype to fit in and look like a super fan. And if you're really lucky, they might even put super fan in titles. Fucking super fans, turn it in. Anyway, on that bombshell, people, I will be back again at 10 p.m. UK time. All have a spunking evening. And make sure you are sticking a like on the video. As always, I do appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribing, sharing it around as well. And Arteta out.